To be honest, the build quality of this Xiaomi watch has really improved. I just got the Xiaomi Watch 5, Xiaomi's new fully smartwatch. Xiaomi's now taking a dual approach with their watches. The number series is the fully smartwatch line, and then there's the previous S series, which is the light smartwatch line. After several years, Xiaomi has finally released another fully smartwatch. This watch comes in two colors, black and silver. The black one comes with a black strap, and the silver one comes with this green strap, so I chose the silver version. Both of these are Bluetooth versions, and there's also an eSIM version. The eSIM version comes with a genuine leather strap and costs 200 yuan more. So I bought this one because right now with the replacement offer, it's 1,799 yuan, which is a pretty decent price since it's positioned about the same as the Oppo Watch 2. Let's take a look at the watch first. This is the silver version. There's also a protective film on the back. This time both the front and back use sapphire glass. The body is made of stainless steel and it has a rotating crown. On the side, there's a button, and this button also serves as the ECG function. However, on the front, this one doesn't have a bezel around the watch face, whereas the Oppo does have a bezel. Plus, the Oppo's bezel is made of titanium, so the material is a bit better. In terms of appearance, you can do a simple comparison. They're both round watches, and this one has a 47mm diameter. As for the screen, the Oppo has a 1.54-inch display, while this one is 1.5 inches. Not much difference. The thickness can also be compared briefly. Again, there's not much difference, neither is particularly thin. You can take a look at the back. This time, the watch band finally uses a fluoroelastomer strap. For example, this green one has some horizontal stripes on the front, and it also uses a 22mm size with quick release, so the straps are interchangeable. The buckle is also made of metal, and you can see the Xiaomi logo on it. To be honest, the build quality of this Xiaomi watch is really improved this time. Let's take a quick look at the accessories. There's a simple user manual, and then the charging cable. The charging cable is probably the same as the one used for the previous S series watches. It's also this kind of contact charging. Honestly, this type of charging feels a bit too cost-saving, especially since the price has reached 2,000 yuan. Is wireless charging really that hard to implement? I don't know why, but right now only Huawei and Apple use wireless charging for their watches. Others, including Oppo, still use this contact charging method, which definitely isn't as durable as wireless charging. Alright, let's power it on. While it's starting up, I'll quickly show you how it looks when worn. Although the strap is made of floor rubber, I don't think it's that soft. It's actually a bit on the stiff side. You can take a quick look at how it looks on the wrist. I think the silver case paired with this green strap looks pretty nice. Let's compare it to Oppo. They both have this round design, but personally, I prefer watches with a bezel like this. It's already activated now. When I first got it, there was a version update, and this is its default wallpaper. Let's take a quick look at some of the other watch faces. This one is a digital face, and these are functional faces as well. Overall, there are quite a few functional watch faces. Let's try this one out. You can see how the black bezel looks. As for the system, it's still the same Xiaomi watch system, which is known for being a bit hard to use. Swiping down brings up the notification center, while swiping up shows some quick cards. Swiping down again takes you to the App Center, where there are lots of apps. Another way to enter the App Center is by pressing the crown on the right side. You can also go directly into the App Center this way. As for the vibration, it should be using a linear motor, and the haptic feedback feels pretty good. Swiping left on the screen doesn't do anything. Swiping right changes the watch face, and long pressing the screen also changes the watch face. Honestly, I think these two actions are unnecessary. There really should be something assigned to the left swipe, but there isn't. The whole system is basically modeled after the Apple Watch's system, and personally, I find it quite hard to use. It's really not as good as other domestic operating systems. It's just more convenient. Even the previous operating logic of the Xiaomi watch was pretty normal, but for some reason they later insisted on changing it to the system, which is exactly like the Apple Watch. Honestly, it's extremely hard to use. And if you want to access the control center, you have to press this button down here to enter the control center. And as for this control center, some of the quick actions can also be edited. Let's take a quick look at the settings. Although I bought the Bluetooth version, it can still connect to Wi-Fi independently. But there's an issue with the Wi-Fi. It only supports the 2.4G Wi-Fi band and doesn't support the 5G Wi-Fi band. Honestly, I don't really get why they cut this feature, because the processor it uses is the Snapdragon W5 and the Hengshuan BES 2800, which are basically the same dual processors used in Oppo's watches. But with Oppo, it can connect to 5G Wi-Fi, while the Xiaomi one only supports 2.4G Wi-Fi. Still, it doesn't really affect usage. As for Bluetooth, it also supports connecting to Bluetooth earphones for independent use, and it supports NFC as well. Some watch face settings support auto brightness, always on display, sound, and haptics. For vibration, there are standard and enhanced modes. The enhanced vibration is noticeably stronger. As for gestures and wearing, since it has EMG, electromyography, signals, it offers more gesture controls, and the sensitivity should be better too. I'll give you all a detailed review of this later. Let's take a quick look at its app features. You can see there are vitality indicators, workout tracking, exercise records, training courses, training status, Xiaomi Health, and then mobile ECG and atrial fibrillation alerts, since it has ECG functionality. There's also a health scan, which is a one-click health checkup, as well as sleep, heart rate, blood oxygen, stress, breathing, energy index, women's health, and contacts. It also syncs contacts with the watch, and it supports remote camera control too. It supports multi-device connectivity, including Xiaomi Cars, XIAOMI Voice Assistant, weather, and card packs. The animation here runs at 60 Hz, but honestly, I don't think it's that smooth. It's not as fluid as Oppo's. Then for music and flashlight, it supports strobe mode. But for the flashlight color, it seems like only red is available, no other colors. There's also a barometer, altimeter, compass, calendar, schedule, to-do list, stopwatch, and it also supports a voice recorder function. World Clock, Watch Face Market, and App Market. Below that are some third-party apps. The built-in ones include WeChat, Alipay, Himalaya, NetEase Cloud, Walkie-Talkie, and so on. The overall basic logic is pretty much the same as the previous Xiaomi S4. Let's take a quick look at the Watch Face Market on the phone side. The Watch Face Market also supports both free and paid options. As for the app market, we can see that it supports over 70 different apps. Let's take a quick look around. For audiobook navigation, it supports Baidu Maps. Baidu Maps offers real-time navigation, but currently I haven't seen support for Auto Navi Maps or Car Interconnect Office features. For payment, social, and entertainment, it supports WeChat, but I haven't seen QQ available. Next, let's look at music. In terms of music management, you can see that it supports 2 GB of storage for music, which isn't a lot. Oppo, on the other hand, offers 32 GB of space. As for the exact memory size here, I haven't been able to find the specific details. The other settings aren't much different. Finally, let's take a look at its weight. The default weight with this strap is about 81 grams. Now let's check the weight of the Oppo Watch 2. At 75 grams, it's actually a bit heavier than the Oppo Watch 2, because the Xiaomi has a larger battery. It's a 930 mAh battery. In full smart mode, it can last about 6 days, and in light mode, it can last around 18 days. We'll need to test this further later on, but overall, it's considered pretty heavy. As for sports and health features, what I'm most interested in is that this time it supports a gym mode with over 80 machine workout courses. It also supports offline maps, meaning you can have offline route navigation. We'll test the full map navigation feature later. In terms of health features, this time as well. It comes with an ECG electrocardiogram function, and it's also received Class 2 medical device certification. It supports sleep apnea research, as well as studies on sleep health, heart health, and non-invasive blood pressure monitoring. I'll be testing all these features later to see how each of them performs. That's all for this video. There will be more detailed comparison reviews coming up. If you're interested in this smartwatch and have anything you'd like to know, let me know. If there's anything you want to know, just leave a comment and I'll test it out for everyone.